Fears are mounting inside the Biden administration. Sources tell Reuters the White House is now worried Democrats could lose both houses of Congress in the midterm elections just 2 weeks away. It's a stark shift from the summer when hope bloomed among Democrats that issues such as protecting abortion rights, defending democracy, and some questionable choices by Republican voters for Senate candidates might give them a decisive edge in the congressional contest.
There was a lot of optimism in the White House in the summer about the possibility of gaining seats in the Senate and retaining control of the House.
Trevor Honeycutt covers the White House for Reuters.
We've had a kind of summer of joy turn into a fall of discontent and fear in the White House as they see a lot of these races, especially these very close Senate races, seeming a lot tighter than they were.
We won't go back! We won't go back!
Democrats saw a burst of support after the conservative majority on the U.S. Supreme Court reversed a 50-year precedent protecting the right to abortion. A slew of mass shootings targeting black shoppers, elementary school children, and a July 4th parade galvanized support for gun control.
The central cause of January 6th was one man.
And public hearings into efforts by former President Donald Trump and his Republican allies to subvert the results of the 2020 presidential election highlighted what Democrats dubbed a threat to U.S. democracy.
The motion is adopted.
And Biden claimed a rush of legislative victories on gun safety, computer chip investment, and climate change.
It's now law.
Democrats had hoped to potentially flip Republican-held seats in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, or Ohio without losing challenges in Georgia and Arizona. But now, polling shows many of those races drifting toward Republicans or too close to call.
Some of the issues that were on voters' minds back in August are not the same issues that are on voters' minds in these last few days before the election. So instead of thinking about abortion, voters are thinking about inflation again. Instead of thinking about Donald Trump and what Biden calls MAGA extremism, they're thinking about crime. And so the ability of Republicans to kind of change the narrative here in the last few weeks of the election has put the White House and top Democrats on the back foot. And it's made it more likely in the eyes of people in the White House that this is going to be a really, really tight election going into the very last day.
The Senate is split 50-50, and Republicans need to take down just a single Democrat while holding on to their own to take control of the chamber. Republicans' chances of taking the House of Representatives are even better, and the White House is already adding staff to the Office of White House Counsel to confront Republican House investigations into the administration's response to the pandemic, the war in Ukraine, and even into the president's son Hunter's business dealings.